This short video is going to give you a brief introduction to the digestive system. The digestive system is made up of the digestive tract, a series of hollow organs joined in a long twisting tube from the mouth to the anus, and other organs that help the body break down and absorb food. Organs that make up the digestive tract are the mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, also known as the colon, the rectum, and the anus. Inside these hollow organs is a lining called the mucosa. In the mouth, stomach, and small intestine, the mucosa contain tiny glands that produce juices to help digest food. The digestive tract also contains a layer of smooth muscle that helps break down food and move it along the tract. The large hollow organs of the digestive tract contain a layer of muscle that enables the walls to move. The movement of organ walls can propel food and liquid through the system and also can mix the contents within each organ. Food moves from one organ to the next through muscle action called peristalsis. Peristalsis looks like an ocean wave traveling through the muscle. The muscle of the organ contracts to create a narrowing and then propels the narrowed portion slowly down the length of the organ. These waves of narrowing push the food and fluid in front of them through each hollow organ. Digestion is important because when you eat foods such as bread, meat, and vegetables, they are not in the form that the body can use as nourishment. Food and drink must be changed into smaller molecules of nutrients before they can be absorbed into the blood and carried to cells throughout the body. Digestion is the process by which food and drink are broken down into their smallest parts, so the body can use them to build and nourish cells and also to provide energy. When food is digested, the protein is broken down into amino acids, the fat is broken down into fatty acids, and the carbohydrate is broken down into glucose. The digestive process begins in our mouth. Chewing breaks down and grinds our food into smaller pieces so they may be swallowed. 3 different types of amylase are secreted in our mouth. The amylase is mixed with food when we chew to digest the carbohydrates we eat. Swallowed food is then pushed from the mouth into the esophagus, which connects the throat above with the stomach below. At the junction of the esophagus and stomach, there is a ring-like muscle called the lower esophageal sphincter, closing the passage between the 2 organs. As food approaches the closed sphincter, the sphincter relaxes and allows the food to pass through the stomach. The esophagus enters into the stomach, a large muscular chamber that mixes food up with digestive juices, including the enzymes pepsin, which targets proteins, and lipase, which works on fats. Hydrochloric acid likewise helps to dissolve the stomach contents while killing potentially harmful bacteria. The resulting semi-fluid paste, known as chyme, is sealed in the stomach by 2 ring-like sphincter muscles for several hours and then released in short bursts into the duodenum. The first of 3 sections of the small intestine, the duodenum, produces large quantities of mucus to protect the intestinal lining from acid in the chyme. Measuring about 20 feet in length, the small intestine is where the major digestion and absorption of nutrients takes place. Nutrients are taken into the bloodstream via millions of tiny finger-like projections called villi, and then are transported to the liver. What's left in the digestive tract passes into the large intestine, where it's eaten by billions of harmless bacteria and mixed with dead cells to form solid feces. Water is reabsorbed into the body, while the feces are moved into the rectum to await expulsion. Once these liquids and vitamins are extracted, the waste is passed through the rectum and eliminated through our anus. Other organs that play a key role in digestion include the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. The pancreas is a gland organ located behind the stomach that manufactures a cocktail of enzymes that are pumped into the duodenum. A duct also connects the duodenum to the gallbladder. This pear-shaped sac squeezes out green-brown bile, a waste product collected from the liver that contains acids for dissolving fatty matter. The liver itself is the body's main chemical factory, performing hundreds of different functions. It processes nutrients absorbed into the blood by the small intestine, creating energy-giving glycogen from sugary carbohydrates and converting dietary proteins into new proteins needed for our blood. These are then stored or released as needed as our essential vitamins and minerals. The liver also breaks down unwanted chemicals such as any alcohol consumed, which is detoxified and passed from the body as waste. The whole digestive process described earlier is then repeated the next time we eat. Thanks for listening.